This is a review of the Solinco Hyper G soft polyester strings. This is not a sponsored video. All the opinions here are my own, and I have bought these strings with my own funds. And I want to preface this video by saying that I think I'm well qualified to give an opinion on these strings simply because I've been playing with these strings for at least 3 years now. So I'm not just that typical tennis player where I demoed these strings for a couple weeks and give my opinion. I've been playing with these strings for 3 years, so I think I have some thoughts on these strings. And right off the bat, I will recommend these strings. I like these strings, and I will continue to buy these strings. But first, you must know that I am a coach. So if you haven't visited my other videos, I am a coach, and I primarily use these strings or my tennis racket for coaching. So I coach a college tennis team. I also do one-on-one private lessons, and I also do group tennis classes with juniors and adults. And so that is my primary way of using my tennis racket and these strings is to coach. I do also play competitively on occasion, and I will play pickup games, but that is my primary way of using these strings. Also, you should note that my playing style is more of a heavy topspin baseliner. So I'm not a typical person that hits super flat or super hard. I will use my heavy topspins, and I like to be on the baseline, and that is my style of game. I will volley, of course. I will come up to net and I will approach, but I like to stick to the baseline and do my heavy topspins. And so that is my play style. So what are the pros of these strings? And first I want to mention and reiterate that these are the soft version of the Hyper G strings. And so this type of string makes it very comfortable on my arm. And I used to have tennis elbow, or particularly golfer's elbow, and it was really painful at one point. But with these strings, they're the soft version, and it allows me to hit my heavy top spins and do my game pretty much without any pain whatsoever. With other strings, right? With other strings, polyester strings, it's very tough on my arm, and there's just a lot of feedback going into my elbow, and it really hurts. And but these soft strings allow me to just do whatever I want on my forehand, on my backhand, on my serve, without that pain of the full polyester strings. You know, I know some people have mentioned that I should use hybrid strings, but I never liked using hybrid strings, combination of polyester and gut on the same string bed, because there's this unpredictable way of the bounce. The bounce from that type of string bed for me is very unpredictable, and I can't quite get a feel of it. I like to play with a full poly string bed. So you know, these soft strings help me play my game. I don't have to change my game. I could use my heavy top spins, and they're very comfortable on the arm. And so that's primarily why I like these strings. So what are the negatives of these strings? And the only real negative about these strings is that I'm not allowed to hit with full power. So if I play against a junior or a college tennis player, anybody that hits very hard, and I need to be able to rally with them or compete against them and maybe find a way to beat them, I don't think I could use the Hyper G soft strings. I would have to find the unsoft strings, the Hyper G regular strings, or a different type of polyester string that is not soft, so that I could hit harder. I could add a little bit more MPH on my strokes and on my serve. And yes, it will hurt a little bit more to play with a full polyester strings, but that is really the only way I could compete with these type of players who hit very hard. And so that's the one drawback. And I do have another racket where I do have a full polyester string bed that is the unsoft version, just in case I need to play against a top-level junior or just rally with a top-level junior. And so that's the one drawback, but I know that, you know, you can't have it all, right? You can't have it all with these soft version of these strings. It still allows me to hit with that heavy topspin, but not with that full power. So all in all, I will recommend the Solinco Hyper G soft strings. And by the way, I tend to use more of the 17 gauge strings, not so much the 16 gauge, because I like to pocket the ball a little bit more. I like them a little bit thinner. But basically, I will recommend these, for my use case scenario, right? For my coaching, for maybe playing with juniors, rallying with juniors. And if I do need to compete, maybe go to tournaments, then yes, I will have to change my racket or my strings. But for me, this is good enough. It's really helpful on my arm. It doesn't hurt my arm, and I can still utilize all my heavy topspin. So highly recommended these Hyper G soft strings. If you enjoyed this video, kindly do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.